When I was a little girl, I had a rag doll, the only doll I ever owned. Now I love you just the way I love that rag doll, but only now my love is grown, and it gets stronger in every way, and it gets deeper in the sand, and it gets higher day by day. Oh, I love you, my oh my, river deep, mountain high. I lost her, but I cried. Oh, how I love you, baby, 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 baby. I love you, baby, like a flower loves a spring. And I love you, baby, like a robin loves to sing. I love you, baby, like a schoolboy loves his pain. I love you, baby, river deep and mountain high.
Well, hi, everybody. How's it going? First of all, let's have a round of applause for that. New York Ed students, that was Kayla Davion, also known as Broadway's Tina, and Broadway Events. Was that not amazing? Kimberly, your students were great. I just want to tell you. I mean, there was a little Bronx edge to that. I thought it was awesome. We were just talking to folks backstage. How are you guys, by the way? Hi. Good evening. I'm Sam. If your TVs are set early in the morning to WABC, and they should be if they're not, or Good Morning America, you may know me. I've been around about 1,000 years. Nice to see you guys. It's an honor for me to be back this year because last year, you know, we did our first one. And we were so loud, and it got so crazy in here, I thought, oh, they'll never ask me back. But here we are. So do me a favor, table 2, if security comes up here, if I'm really not supposed to be here, could you just give me a nod? I'm old, but I can run fast. We are here to applaud our honorees tonight, but just give me a second to brag on New York Edge. In the past year, New York Edge has put over 30,000 students on the right track to discovery in over 100 New York City schools, supporting students' academic success, college career readiness. They've also launched a couple of exciting new programs I want to give a shout to, including a podcast called Formative. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. Applaud if you know it, right? Thank you for getting that started. Students are learning journalistic skills and co-hosting conversations with leaders from across a variety of industries. And let me tell you why that's important. and I'm giving a nod to my boss who's over at table 15, we have learned how important journalism is, haven't we? And that doesn't happen by accident, that happens by study and learning. So number one, thank you, new journalists coming up. Number two, this is a town of connections. We didn't get where we are sitting at these tables raising money tonight by not knowing the people that move New York. And now these kids are making those connections through New York Edge. So this is fantastic. That's worth a round of applause right there. So now about our honorees, I want to congratulate our honorees. Barbara Marcus, you can applaud because I like everybody. I like everybody to get their applause. It also lets me know who's who in the room, right? So now I know where the troublemakers are going to be and who's loud. I get it. Also, Bob Knakal. Howard Woolley. And Governor Kathy Hochul. So I don't have a favorite honoree, but I do have a favorite honoree's fiance. I just want to tell you, Howard, you are a very lucky man. I met your beautiful fiance backstage moments ago. Congratulations on everything. That's wonderful. That's fantastic for you. Now, whether you're a longtime supporter or this is your first time, welcome to the evening. Just so I can get a gauge, who was here last year? Can I just hear a round of applause for if you were here? That's really good return. So they let you in too, after we were as loud as we were last year. Now let me hear from the new folks. Who's new here? Give me a little round. All right. I'm kind of liking you new people. You're kind of loud. I like that. That's what we need. I think we will all be inspired tonight by this program. Supporting our great city's youth, don't let anyone tell you it's one of the most important things you'll do. It is the most important thing you'll do. And I thank you tonight for being here to support the youth of this beautiful city. Let's begin from hearing from an extraordinary New York Edge board member speaking on behalf of our dedicated co-chairs who, by the way, have done an incredible job. Naisha Foster, where are you, lady? I see you, white jacket, gorgeous black gown.
What a beautiful crowd. Thank you for being here tonight. And thank you, Sam. We're thrilled to have you back again this year. I must say, every time that I watch WABC News in the morning, knowing you're going to be with us today, it was very exciting. So thank you for being here. On behalf of the board and my wonderful gala co-chair and friend, Susan Newman, I'd like to thank you all for joining us to celebrate the great work of New York Edge. This organization plays an incredibly important role in the lives of tens of thousands of students and their families. I want to begin by thanking all of you. Give yourselves a round of applause, please, for being here tonight. And also, thank you for our sponsors and supporters whose generosity made it possible for us to be here this evening. I want to have a bit of special recognition as well, if I may, for our top sponsors. Those include Isabel Autone and Francis Greenberger. Yes, we're celebrating, we should clap. And Time Equities, Nico Elmaleh, yeah, there you go. And the Sono and Victor Elmaleh Foundation. Yes. And our lead sponsors, ABC7, Barbara and Stephen Gazdick, John Hopkins, Barbara Marcus, and Somos Inc. Yes, Barbara. Barbara has a big fan club. We're also here to celebrate our wonderful honorees. Congratulations to Barbara, Bob, my dear friend Howard, and Governor Hochul. The governor could not be with us here tonight, but we are so honored to have Susan Miles Gustav, Commissioner of the New York State Office of Children and Family Services, here to accept her award. Yes. Thank you. And now, as I conclude, I'd like to take a moment to thank our gala co-chairs for their great work, along with our dedicated board members. The good news is that they've done a great work, but the great news is that you all will have more opportunity tonight to be even more generous in the program when we auction off some very exciting experiences. Now, I'd like to welcome our board chair, Frances Greenberger, to the stage. Frances, come on up.
Thank you so much.
Of course, of course.
Wow. Thank you again, Naisha. We're so grateful to all of you for being here to celebrate our terrific honorees and support New York Edge. For those of us who've been around a long time, the showing tonight is really extraordinary, and we appreciate each and every one of you for joining us. Tonight would not be possible without our very remarkable CEO, Rachael Gazdick. And her great team, each of which built on the early work of Skip Hartman, our founder, who's also here tonight, working together with Jim O'Neill, our first president and CEO, longtime president and CEO. We could not ask for a bigger champion for kids than Rachael. I've been involved with New York Edge for many years, and it has been wonderful to watch it grow and constantly adapt to meet children's needs and interests. Moreover, parents tell us over and over again how much they appreciate the safe, enriching environment we provide for their children. All that New York Edge does, from mentoring to academic programming, to sports, to drama and art classes, and more, is made possible by your partnership and support and people like our honorees, who see themselves in the students and are moved to give back. Together, we're creating pathways for our city's youth, most of whom live in under-resourced neighborhoods, so that they have opportunities to explore their talents and see role models like our honorees, Barbara, Bob, Howard, and Kathy. Each of our honorees will receive a Champion for New York City Kids Award for being shining examples to our students and grown-ups who make a difference as a coach, mentor, or philanthropist. I look forward to all of us learning more about them and celebrating who they are. Let's begin that now. Thank you.
I always had a passion for reading, but even more so, I believed in motivating children to read, to create a literate society. So I've always wanted children to love reading, but to approach it their own way. reading should not be a chore, and that has been sort of my mission in my career, to engage each child with a reading experience or a book that can be transformative. I have made my career working in children's book publishing, and I have been rewarded every single day of my life. I grew up in the suburbs of New York City, and I always loved to read, which has led me to my career in publishing. But I also grew up surrounded by family who believed that it was also our job to give back to our immediate community and to the wider community. New York Edge aligns with my values because I believe that every child deserves an opportunity, no matter what their background is, where they live, what their family situation is. So if New York Edge can make them feel more successful or be surrounded by the right coach or mentor that gives them that sense of safety, that is more than one could wish for a child. When you think about children and education, it seems that without education, a child will not be able to succeed. So it is so important that education isn't rote, it is meaningful, it is rich, and if those things can happen, it is magic for a child, and they will rise and become more than they could even imagine.
I'm so honored to introduce our first honoree, the one and only Barbara Marcus. President and publisher of Random House Children's Books and Penguin's Random House. There it is.
There it is. And we have to look this way.
This way.
As your
Big and
guide.
bold.
Thank you, Francis.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Francis, Rachel, who you will meet, and all the staff at New York Edge who worked so hard to make this evening special. I also want to thank my wonderful husband, Michael, my daughters, Lucy and Ava, and their husbands, Rich and Connor. Without my family, I would not be up here tonight. They enable me to give back to others where and when it is needed. And without being raised by my mother, Sydney, to give back to others, such as the families engaged in New York Edge, I would not be the person I am. She and my grandfather helped me understand the value of sharing what you have with those less fortunate. Being one of the honorees tonight by this organization, being honored tonight by this organization is truly a worthy recognition. Finally, I would like to thank my friends and my colleagues from Penguin Random House for showing up and caring. My journey tonight that brought me here was via Joanne Secor, a New York Edge board member and amazing champion of the organization. She knew my interest in helping children who need the boost to succeed, who come from underinvested communities. But I will admit that after spending time with Rachel, who you will meet, I was truly motivated to support and be honored by New York Edge tonight. Rachel eloquently described the work that this organization does every day to support children who need it most. The range of activities and the partners New York Edge have connected to impressed me so. There are many organizations that work hard in New York City to support children from economically challenged areas. And I often despair that the challenges these children face are overwhelming. Seeing the passion of the New York Cares staff made me feel that success for these children is possible. And meeting the children, I'm a really bad runner, everybody, and now you all know it. I was in heels. And meeting the children who are open and smart and engaged made me more hopeful. They seemed to know that New York Edge had their backs and could be their safety net. New York Edge could be the reason they succeed and build a positive future. You all are here tonight because you care about one of the honorees or the organization and the children they serve. Though we are all successful, busy folks, it warms my heart that you are here because you think that an investment in these young children can make a difference. These children who hopefully don't realize that their paths may not be as easy as others, they're excited about their futures. I hope that tonight can contribute to a better future for them because all of us support New York Edge. Thank you.
After the last school bell rings, we begin. New York Edge is the largest provider of after-school programming in New York City and on Long Island. We serve well over 25,000 students in grades kindergarten through college. We have over 100 schools that we serve. We are creating the next generation of leaders, scientists, athletes, artists.
New York Edge and the program that we run after school levels the playing field. I feel that our school, with the partnership that we have, could rival any other institution, no matter if it's public, private, parochial.
New York Edge begins with a smile for our students, and it allows our students to be part of the community.
They assist us with our theater program, art projects, dance and act, STEM programs, robotics, hip-hop dance. It's a no-brainer that I have it, so every principal should have it too.
I am a believer of giving my kids a world-class education. I really believe that this institution, New York Edge, really helps me with that. I'm from the South Bronx, from the projects, Jackson projects. I'm a product of the after-school program. I believe that it saved my life, actually.
I have a group of students that are autistic and nonverbal. We were able to bring them into a gen ed community of verbal students, and they were able to flourish. And I give New York Edge all the credit because I think they allowed our students to go from isolated individuals to groups of students having fun and being engaged.
New York Edge is just at the top of their game of hiring high quality staff and collaborating with your school. So our goal is to try to get students to the college of their choice. We had students that go to Penn State, Princeton, and Yale. We know some may not be diploma bound to go to college. Students can learn electrical work, plumbing, carpentry. So those are the things that we are working towards to give kids options.
New York Edge provides a lot of opportunities to underserved communities. We get food, we get pencils, books, notebooks, book bags, t-shirts, basketballs, a lot of things that our students wouldn't have otherwise. New York Edge goes above and beyond and really makes students want to come to school and stay in school after school. There's nothing better than, as a parent or as a principal, knowing that my children and my students want to stay after school and want to come to school every day.
For those principals considering bringing New York Edge into your school as partner, I would say just do it. Don't hesitate. It will be great for your school community.
They work with the students, tutor the students, read with the students, and provide enrichment activities that help the children grow to have a better future.
One way of me reimagining my school is to make sure that I have my entire day receiving this great, phenomenal work that New York Edge is doing for my school. And so that's what I did. I have New York Edge now for my entire school building.
New York Edge, we begin with you. New York Edge, we begin with you. New York Edge, we begin with you.
Good evening. My name is Rachael Gazdick, and I have the honor to serve as the CEO of New York Edge. I am so moved to have you all here with us tonight. When the last bell rings, we begin. At this moment, I would like for the members of our board of directors to please stand. And if we could also have the New York Edge staff please stand. When that bell rings, 1,500 New York Edge employees leave headquarters, they leave their homes, they go wherever they're needed to go to well over 100 schools. When that last bell rings, New York Edge begins. And what do we begin doing? We look at the power of each and every one of our students. When you look into the eyes of our young people and you say to them, I believe in you, and I'm going to ensure whatever obstacle is in your path, we're going to remove it because you belong. You are New York City. And you are the next journalist. You're the next scientist. You're the next astronaut. And I am introducing that young man to an astronaut. I actually happen to know one. The dancers that you saw on stage, we have dancers all over the city of New York, and most recently our kids performed at Radio City Music Hall. And before they stepped out on that stage, they were working day in and day out with Misty Copeland, the Rockettes. So what we want to see is after school isn't childcare, it isn't a place to do homework, although we do that. What it is a place to build a talent development model where our kids can thrive in leadership, STEM, academics, college and career readiness, literacy, and so on and so forth. We have our own publishing company. Random House hasn't picked us up yet, though. Our students are working with authors, they're working with Pixar illustrators, and they're creating their own books, and their books sold out on Amazon. Formative, our podcast, creates an engaging experience. I co-host, or actually I sit there and watch. I co-host the podcast, and that was the design, that the adult is in the background and that the child is in the foreground. And they have interviewed astronauts. They've interviewed Grammy Award winners. They've interviewed Emmy Award winners. They interviewed President Obama's ambassador to Switzerland. I think they interviewed the chief medical officer of the NCAA, who happens to be here tonight, among others. But what formative means is that when we are sitting and we're talking to these remarkable people, that the kids can see themselves in them, but we always see the end, and we never hear from adults. What was your journey? What did it take you to get there? What were your ups and downs? What were your challenges? In this room, there's the power of us. For the 350 people who are here tonight, we hope that at some point along your journey, you'll come to a New York Edge school. You'll give a little bit of time to talk to our kids, to share who you are so they can share who they are. And that as a community, when we come together collectively, we can transform not just New York City, but the state of New York, the country, and not to mention we have folks from all over the world looking at our work. The Excellence Project is the first gifted and talented project in the country, And we have folks from Australia, we have folks from Canada, Brazil, looking at the work that we do. So we want to give kids the edge to succeed, and when that bell rings, it begins with us. So this evening, we're going to ask you, obviously, to give generously, and we hope that you will. We have children that are graduating from Syracuse University. We have a lot of Syracuse folks in the house. We have kids on full rides to Harvard University, to Penn, to SUNY CUNY. They can't get there without our college and career access program. And it is critical that every dollar we raise goes to our kids to continue this remarkable work. So for all of our honorees, all of the businesses, individuals, everybody who came out tonight, from the bottom of my heart, from the children that were up on the stage and our staff, we thank you, and we hope that you will give kids the edge they need to succeed. At this moment, I'm going to bring out Paul, who's our auctioneer. And Paul actually benefited from after-school programs just like New York Edge, and I think he's going to talk a little bit about that. There he is.
Woo! Thank you so much. Another round of applause for Rachael. Folks, my name is Paul Flores Taylor, and I have the distinct honor of being your auctioneer this evening. Can we make some noise for our kids? Come on, it's a school night and we have an open bar. I said, can we make some noise for our kids? Folks, we're gonna do a live auction. And it works like this. I'm gonna call out a number, you're gonna raise your paddle. I'm gonna call out an even bigger number, and you're gonna take a sip of your wine, because wine is a Gatorade of charity giving. Yeah! And you're also gonna raise your paddle, because folks, every paddle in the air is a promise to the 30,000 students that we support. It's a promise that they are seen, that they are the next journalists, they're the next Broadway performers, they're the next leaders. So folks, at registration, you got paddles. Can I see those paddles? An auctioneer likes a good paddle. Let me see those paddles. Can you lift them up? We have Rachael, who's our bid spotter. Rachael, let's get some people right there. Give a round of applause for Rachael. I want to see the paddles in the back. I know the party's always in the back of the room. Let's see it. Everyone lift your paddle. Paddle number 8. Come on, table 18, lift them up. Lift them up. Everyone lift up those paddles. If you don't have a paddle, you can get your napkin. You can twirl. Now repeat after me. It begins with us. 5 incredible items that we have tonight, and our first lot of the evening is 2 tickets to Funny Girl on Broadway with Leah Michelle. Leah Michelle's taken this 1964 Broadway performance, flipped it. We're gonna give you dinner at Bond 45. You have to have the mozzarella there. Mozzarella is delicious there. This is a one-of-a-kind experience. Broadway, this show is closing come September. You're not gonna see it, you're gonna wanna say you saw it, and you're gonna have dinner. You're going to see this show, and you're going to be helping our kids. We're opening up the bidding at just $500. Would have been $500, looking for $500 in the room. $500 right there. Now looking for $600, $700, $800 right there is the new $500. Looking for $900 in the room. $900 is a new bid. Looking for $1,000, would bid $1,000 right there. Do I have you at $1,250? $1,250 is the new high bid. Would you bid $1,500? Looking for $1,500 in the room. Would bid $1,500. I have $1,250 here, unless I see $1,500 in the room. $1,500, right, very suave. That's James Bond level. $1,500 right there. Do I see $1,750? Looking for $1,750. $1,750, the gentleman's not letting it go. Looking for $2,000 in the room. Looking for $2,000. $2,000, the gentleman's not again. Do I have you at $2,250, ma'am? $2,250? $2,250 is the new high bid. Bidder from left field. $2,250, looking for $2,500, would have been $2,500. $2,500 is the new high bid, looking for $2,750, would have been $2,750. $2,750. I have James Bond at $2,500, unless I see $2,750 in the room. Going once, going twice. Fair warning. Sold to James Bond. Paddle number, let me see your paddle number. Paddle 352. At $2,500, Leah Michelle's a great performance. You're going to love it. Our next lot of the evening is 4 tickets to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, New York Hallmark. You're gonna get Central Park West Grand Slam tickets. They're gonna look like giants to you. Once in a lifetime opportunity. You can't even buy these tickets. People try to get these tickets, you can't, but New York Edge, we're the ones who have it here. You're gonna help our kids. We're opening up the bidding at just $1,000. Looking for $1,000 in the room would have been $1,000. $1,000 right there, do I have you at $1,250? $1,250 right there, do I have $1,500 in the room? Looking for $1,500. $1,500 right there, looking for $1,750 in the room. 4 tickets, Thanksgiving, one of a kind, New York experience. I have the gentleman here at $1,750 right there. Looking for $2,000 in the room. I have $1,750 right here, looking for $2,000 in the room. You can take your friends, you can take your family. Once in a lifetime opportunity. Cannot get these tickets anywhere else. New York Edge is the only ones who have them. 4 tickets are gonna look like giants. I have the gentleman right here at $1,750, unless I see $2,000 in the room. 4 tickets, take the whole family. Let me see your paddle number. $1,750, paddle number 447, unless I get $2,000. $2,000 right there. Did you see what he did to you? Do you want to get back at him? $2,250. 22. My favorite bidder right here at $2,000. Unless I see $2,250 in the room, looking for $2,250 in the room. Rachel, do we have anyone in the back at $2,250? Looking for $2,250 in the room. I have the gentleman right here at table number 7, so suave, coming in at $2,000, going once, $2,250. Sir, from behind you, he stabbed you in the back. Look at you, you're shaking your head. We have $2,250 right there, looking for $2,500. $2,500! Yeah, we got $2,500 right there, looking for $2,750, 4 tickets. Macy Thanksgiving Day Parade, supporting our kids, looking for $2,750 in the room. I have $2,500 right there, unless I see $2,750. Going once, going twice. Fair warning, sold for $2,500 to paddle number 335. Sorry, that was a pathetic gavel. Oh, I broke the gavel. Sorry, Rachel. Rachel dared me to break the gavel. It's fine. Oh my God. That's so kind of you. What's your name?
Charlie.
Charlie, do you want to be an auctioneer?
No.
No. Sit back down, Charlie. All right, our next lot of the evening is, listen guys, this is a Hallmark movie. Shh. Hallmark movie. You can go to Utah or Colorado. You're gonna go to the Montage Deer Valley, and let me tell you something, sunrises, you're gonna get tea or coffee, panoramic views. They have a scavenger hunt for adults, which includes finding wildlife and drinking wine. It also has a pool, in-room fireplace, balconies, absolutely beautiful. Or you can go to Colorado, Vail, Colorado, which is a picturesque town at a boutique resort. You can choose either of them. We're gonna include airfare on JetBlue so you can get those true blue points. But we're also gonna give you Inspirato membership for 6 months so you can even book with them for the next 6 months, anything. And we're gonna open up the bidding at, wait, how much are we opening this up for? Nah, that's not right. Anyways, $2,500, we're opening up at $2,500. It is a steal. $2,500, looking for $2,750. $2,750 right there, looking for $3,000. $3,000 right there, looking for $3,250. $3,250 right there, looking for $3,500 in the room. Once in a lifetime. $3,500, can I have you at $3,750? $3,750, looking for $4,000. $4,000 right there, do I see $4,250? $4,250, and you have a tiara in your hair. I love it. $4,250, we're helping kids, we're going on vacations. You are gonna get 3 nights for 2. I have $3,500 right there, $3,250, excuse me, looking for $3,500, waving in the back. $3,500, looking for $3,750, would have been $3,750. $3,750 right there, looking for $4,000, would have been $4,000, looking for $4,000 right there, looking for $4,250 in the room, looking for $4,250 in the room, $4,250 in the room. All right, sir, can I honor your bid at $4,000? May I honor your bid at $4,000? Sir, over there, I'm going to drop you down to $4,000. I'm going to sell this twice. That's $8,000. That's going to our kids. Let me see those paddle numbers one more time. Paddle number 205, paddle 367 at $4,000 each, unless I get a higher bid. Going once, going, well, $4,250. With that tiara, you have just opened up the goodwill again. I have you at $4,250. Can I see $4,500 in the room? Can I see $4,500 in the room? From behind you, looking for $4,750. Looking for $4,750 in the room. Hallmark movie experience, $4,500 right there. Looking for $4,750 in the room. Looking for $4,750 in the room. So, sir, can I honor you at $4,500? I'm going to keep you at $4,500, and we're going to sell this twice for now $9,000. Paddles number, okay, so your paddle number 103, paddle 205 at $4,500. Going once, going twice. Fair warning, sold. Sold. All right, the U.S. Open in August, President's Suite, invite only. Anna Wintour, Hugh Jackman, all the celebrities are there, but you're going to have lunch there. You're going to have drinks in the suite, courtside, tour all of the tennis matches. You're going to have fun that week. We're going to open up the bidding at just $5,000. Looking for $5,000 right here. Looking for $5,250. $5,250 is the new high bid. That would have been $5,500. Looking for $5,500. U.S. Open, once in a lifetime experience, invite only. I have the lady at $5,250. Looking for $5,500 in the room. Hang on 1 second. And you're going to get a private facility tour. So, looking for $5,500, you're going to get a private tour. It's going to be beautiful. I have the lady in white at $5,200, $5,500 from behind you. From behind. Are you old enough to bid? $5,500 right there. Looking for $5,750. Looking for $5,750. My bidder who I questioned, $5,750. $5,750. I have $5,500 right there. Can I honor your bid at $5,500? $5,250? I can honor your bid at $5,250. I can drop you down to $5,250. Let me see those paddles one more time. Let me see those paddles. Paddle number 347, paddle number 247 at $5,250. We're going to sell this twice. Going once, going twice. Fair warning, sold. $5,250. Our final lot of the evening. In Gwilla. 12,000 square foot villa. I know we're New Yorkers, we care about square footage here. You're going to have a private staff that's going to cater to all of your needs. Opening up at 15,000. You want me there at 15,000? I want to be clear, you're going to get your private pool, you're going to get a tennis court. Woolley is the top Caribbean place, sand as far as the eyes can see. You are coming on a real vacation. We're opening up at 15,000. 15,000 right there. Do I see 15,250? Would have been 15,250. Looking for 15,250 in the room for Anguilla. It is for 10. You're going to have a 5-night stay, so you can partner with people at your table if you want. I have a bidder already at 15,000. We're looking for 15,250 for Anguilla. Beautiful villa, 12,000 square feet, once in a lifetime opportunity. Going once. Can I see my bidder again? Can I see my paddle at the $15,000 level? Paddle number 114 at 15,000, unless I see 15,250. Going once, going twice. Fair warning. Whoa, right there, 15,250. Why did you do that to me? You had me on stage being like, okay, 15,250. Thank you so much. Looking for 15,500. It's going all to our kids. Shh, folks. Everything that's raised tonight goes 100% to our kids. 15,250, looking for 15,500. 15,500! 15,750. 15,750. 16,000, looking for 16,000 in the room. 16,000 in the room. 16,000. Right there. Wait, do I have 16,250? 16,250? I have a bidder right here that I'm taking at 16,000, looking for 16,250. Looking for 16,250. Rachel, are we in at 16,250? Private staff, giving you everything you want. Pool, tennis court, 410, 5 nights, Anguilla, best Caribbean island. I have the gentleman with the majestic smile at $16,000. Can I see your paddle number? Let me see your paddle number. Paddle number 377 at 16,000. Going once, going twice. Fair warning. Sold. $16,000. Can I see your paddle one more time? Paddle number 377. $16,000. That's how we do it here. Guys, give yourselves a round of applause. All right. I know we're so excited from the live auction. So excited I broke the gavel. Shh. All right, folks. So we have nothing left to sell. We only have an ask at this point. You've seen the stories, you've seen our kids, you've seen their power. We're gonna do a paddle raise. And it works a lot like a traditional auction, except we start high at a level of giving and we work our way down. And every paddle in the air at that certain level is going towards our programs that we need to survive. We have 30,000 kids. Rachel, how many do we have in camp? 10,000 kids. 10,000 kids come to our summer programs. We have a Rise and Shine program, and then we have an enrichment program in the afternoon. And some of our camps were traditionally open from 8 in the morning till 6. Some of our camps go to 10 to help kids in transient housing to make sure that they have someone there. We're investing in them. I want to be very clear. We see them as the next journalist. We see them as the next Broadway performer. We see them as the next scientist. And, oh my God, did I take your seat? I am so mortified right now. I'm just gonna, no, please. Oh, I didn't? Oh, then I'm fine. Okay, great. But I was in the park the other day with one of my friends. We do a gala together. She's turning 90, and she's been helping kids her entire life. She did not get some good news recently. She had to go see a doctor. And the doctor was one of the students she had cared for 40 years prior. And she turned to me and she said, Bopple, which is my nickname, Bopple, these kids, they started off as my students, they became my peers, and then they became my teachers. So we're gonna do that paddle raise, and every paddle is going towards our teachers of tomorrow. Do we believe they can be teachers tomorrow in whatever they choose to do? All right, folks, our first level of giving is $10,000, and it goes towards our college prep course program. We're gonna imbue them with confidence. We're gonna help them with SAT. I wanna be very clear about something. It's not just the students. A lot of our kids comes from households where the parents did not go to college. So we're helping the parents. We're bringing in the entire familia aquí. We're gonna help them understand the college application process, as well as the admission process, writing essays, and prepping them for the SATs. I hated my SATs. I was so bad at my SATs. So we're looking for paddles in the air at $10,000 to help our kids. Paddle number 108 in the blue tie. Thank you very much. Paddle number 108. Thank you. We're looking for more paddles in the air at the $10,000 level to honor everything we know these kids can be. Paddle number 260. Thank you very much for that. That's $20,000 we have just raised in a couple of seconds. All of it is going towards our kids. We are looking for more paddles in the air at $10,000 before we move on to our next level of giving. Doing a final call at $10,000. Our next level of giving is $5,000. And $5,000 goes to providing sports equipment. Paddle number 118, right there. Thank you, didn't even wait. Sports equipment, uniforms for our kids. Paddle 241, two paddles 352, 459. Thank you very much. Paddle 386, that's how you do it. Paddle number, wait, Rachel, I can't see that paddle. What is it? 329. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna fall. Paddle 329. Paddle 269. Thank you very much. Looking for I am so sorry for disrupting your dinner here. I am so sorry. Thank you. Okay. Paddle number 5. We're looking for $5,000. My volunteers, are we good with the paddles? Did we get those paddle numbers? Perfect. Looking for more paddles in the air at $5,000. Before we move on to, I have to do this now. Hi. Hi. I love your glasses. So chic. I just bought some myself. Looking for more paddles in the air at $5,000. Paddle 473. Thank you very much. From behind me, I had to like slowly go like that because now I'm gonna fall. But it's okay, we have Rachel here, so she can take over. We're looking for more paddles in the air at $5,000 before we move on to our next level of giving, which is $2,500. And $2,500 goes towards making sure our kids are taken care of with equipment, with technology, making sure that we are supporting them. I think we need to change the slide right there. It's funds their summer camp, for their summer camp experience, that they have everything they need. Folks, I already talked about the summer camp experience. We are making sure they have a place to go to during the summer. During the pandemic, we were making sure they get outside. We have an enrichment program. We're staying late for everyone. We're looking for paddles in the air for $2,500. Looking for $2,500, paddle number 177. Thank you very much. Paddle number 193, which was my favorite beeper code. Thank you very much. Paddle number 182. Thank you very much. So small. Thank you. Paddle number, I'm sorry, I can't see your paddle number. What is it? 283. Right there. That's how you do it. Looking for paddles in the air. Paddle number 289. Thank you very much. I love how you're clapping too. Yes. Our kids are going to summer camp. That's incredible. Best memories at summer camp. Best memories at summer camp when my abuela would pick me up. My parents were going through law school, didn't speak a lick of English. They were trying to do law school. My abuela took care of me. She picked me up for summer camp. It was an incredible experience. Looking for more paddles in the air at $2,500. 347. Right there. Thank you very much. 246. Thank you very much. Looking for more paddles in the air at $2,500 before we move on to our next level of giving. Paddle number 114. Thank you very much. Right there. That's how we do it here at New York Edge. Paddle number 263. Thank you very much. And paddle 205. Thank you so much for your generosity. Folks, give yourselves a round of applause because this is... I came here from Florida. The one thing that was very clear to me is that New Yorkers, we take care of each other's. New Yorkers take care of New Yorkers, and that's what we're doing here tonight. So looking for more paddles in the air at $2,500 before we move on to our next level of giving, which is $1,000. And $1,000 goes to making sure we fund a museum trip. Paddle number 290. Thank you very much. My favorite table right here. Paddle number 126. Thank you very much. Paddle 253. Thank you very much. Paddle 470. Thank you very much. Paddle number, from behind me, paddle 368. Thank you so much for your generosity. Paddle number 458. Thank you very much. Paddle number 202. Thank you very much. Paddle 311. Thank you so much. Paddle number 402. Thank you very much. Paddle number 186. Thank you very much. Paddle number 371, thank you very much. Rachel, what's that paddle number right there? 320, thank you very much. Paddles number 278 and 103, thank you very much. Behind me, it's always behind me. Wait, do you want to do it?
No.
No, Sabi, you would be a great auction. I'll be unemployed next year. Paddle number 353, thank you very much. Paddle number 157, thank you very much. Which, do you want to do it?
455.
455, thank you. Do you want to be an auctioneer?
I could do that.
Yes, okay. All right, wait, what's your name?
Emil.
Emil, so wait, call out a paddle. Oh, sorry.
Paddle number 214. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you. I'm sorry. It's okay. Go. Thank you very much. Looking for more paddles at the 1,000. Paddle number 112. Thank you very much. Folks, the generosity is next level here. Looking for more paddles in the air at 244. Thank you very much. And folks, I want to say something about our museum trips. Paddle number 441. Thank you very much. Paddle number 148, thank you very much. Paddle number 362, thank you very much. You're like, no, I don't want to hear one more thing about museum trips. We'll just give you the paddles. We are lighting a fire. We're not pouring a glass. I used to work in book publishing myself. I used to work at HarperCollins and Hachette Book Group. Yes, I did. Never at Penguin, though. But what is evident there is that we are lighting a fire for our students. We want that next generation of readers. We want that next generation of authors. So that is what we're doing with our museum trips. We're inspiring the arts, looking for $1,000 in the room before we move on to our next level of giving, which is $500. And $500 goes towards providing art supplies for our students. So let's get some art supplies for them. Paddle number 163, 164, 278, 239, 103, 187, 334, 190, 107, 189, 275, 180, 116, 219. Thank you very much. Keep them up, guys. 468, 219. I assure you have nowhere else to go but call paddles. 261. Thank you very much. Paddle number 220. Thank you very much. 376. Thank you very much. 369. Thank you very much. 385. Wait a minute. Are you still old enough to bid? I don't get it. I am so confused. And you have wine. Why do you have wine? Paddle 388. Paddle 219. I want your dermatologist. Paddle 237. Thank you very much. Paddle number 104. Thank you very much. Paddle 470. Table number 7. My favorite table. Thank you very much. Paddle 280. Thank you very much. Looking for more paddles in the air at $500. Paddle 145. Another beeper code that we won't say out loud. Looking for paddle number. Is that paddle number? The lady in white is back. Oh, no, her friend. Fine. Equally as fabulous. 247. Thank you so much. Paddle number 340. Thank you very much. Looking for more paddles in the air at $500. Our next level of giving is $250, and it goes towards our chess initiatives. We're inspiring kids. We're teaching them logic, reasoning, and strategizing. These are things, our kids are born with something that gives them drive, and we are nurturing it. So we're looking for paddles in the air, 250. Paddle 190, paddle number 132, paddle 184, paddle 109, paddle 423, paddle 233. Thank you very much. Paddles, oh my God, this is my new favorite table right there. 242, 405, 314, 417, 223, 197, 129, 222, and 314. Thank you to that table. Wait, what table number are you? What table number? 10. We're gonna party afterwards. Let's go see each other at the bar. Paddle 364. Rachel, what paddle number is this right here? 281, right there. Folks, this generosity is next level. Paddles number 181, thank you very much. Paddle 296, right there. Thank you very much. Paddle 142, thank you very much. Volunteers, I just want to make sure you're good. Paddle number 380, thank you very much. I love this bid spotter right here with the beautiful earrings. Stop it, you're gonna make me blush. Thank you so much. Looking for more paddles in the air, 250. Paddle number 467. The way you just did that, that is some boss energy right there. Thank you. Thank you. Looking for more paddles in the air. Paddle number 420. Thank you, paddle 420. At $250. Looking for paddle number 320. You are the best. Thank you very much. My favorite bid spotter. All right, folks. Shh. Are we done at the 250 level? Just doing a final look for the 250. Funds a chess clinic. We funded a lot of chess clinics tonight. Shh. Our final level of giving, and I swear the wine is going to come out again. We're going to have a fun, merry time because we have raised so much money. But our final level of giving is $100. And we have volunteers coming around collecting their paddles. We're asking for 100% participation. Every dollar goes back to our kids. It's not about the money. I want to be very clear. This is a promise. This is a promise that they are the next New Yorkers who are going to go on to do extraordinary things. They are going to be our teachers. Looking for paddles in the air at $100. Our volunteers are going to come and get them, volunteers. Paddle 240, 243, 271, 332. We have a volunteer right there. Come get those. Come, don't be shy. Come, get those paddles. Dump them. Paddle number 107. I'm diving right back in. Paddle number 265. Thank you very much. Paddle 384. Paddle 195. Sorry. Paddle number 404. Paddle 195. Thank you very much. Paddle 404. Give me your paddles. I'll take them myself. 404. Paddle 219 right here. Slam dunk. 384. 26. Folks, 100% audience participation. We just want those paddles. Thank you very much. Paddle 240. 243. Folks, wave your paddle up in the air. I'm so sorry for bumping into you. Folks, our volunteers are going around right now. Please give them your paddle. This is coming in at the $100 level. Every gift helps our New York Edge students. Folks, give yourselves a round of applause. And as just a reminder, for those of you who kept your paddles, you can take a photo of your QR code. We'll take $1 million. We'll take $1. But you can also see us when you're exiting at registration. We'll have volunteers there ready to swipe your cards. Thank you guys so much. Give yourselves another round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Pascal Hainline. I'm a member of the board director of New York Edge, a proud member of the New York Edge board of directors. Tonight, we would like to celebrate the memory of 3 important members of the New York Edge community. Dr. Marsha Gentry was a professor in the Department of Educational Studies at Purdue, a renowned leader in the field of gifted, creative, and talented education. Dr. Gentry was a teacher in K-12 settings as a teacher prior to her career in academia. She pioneered methods of identifying giftedness in youth from low social economic status and Black, Latino, and Native American communities, populations who were and still are underrepresented in gifted and talented programs in the United States. These efforts included acting as the lead researcher and advisor to New York Edge innovative after-school gifted and talented program. It is called the Excellence Project, and we're very proud of that. The first project of its kind and awardee of the Federal Department of Education's Jacob Javits Gifted and Talented Student Education. A champion of equity in education and a mentor of countless students, we celebrate Dr. Marsha Gentry's memory. Dr. Siri Banks was a lifelong champion of education and student rights and a mentor, advocate, and cherished friend to her students. Dr. Banks was a 3-time alumni of Syracuse University, where she earned a bachelor's degree in inclusive elementary and special education, a master's degree in cultural foundations of education, and a PhD in cultural foundations of education. After a long career in academia, she returned to Syracuse University as Vice President, Student Success, where she played a critical role in creating pathways to Syracuse for New York Edge students. An expert in diversity, equity, inclusion in education, she led professional development and leadership seminars for our staff. Dr. Banks was also a very, very close friend to our CEO, Rachael Gazdick, who was also a professor at Syracuse University and an alumni. We celebrate the memory of Dr. Banks and the opportunities she crafted for so many of our students. This is a tough one. Tonight, we also celebrate the memory of Joseph French, a dear friend and fellow board member. Joe was my BFF. Joe was a steadfast champion of New York Edge mission and a wise and trusted counsel. He made New York Edge champion, and Joe was instrumental in creating the Young Professional Council, called the YPC, which is essentially a board for young people, younger people, so to speak. And Joe was, for the last 10 years, had a party every year, not every night, although he would have wanted to, but not every year. He had a party for the Young Professional Council, and he invited all the young board members and invited also the board so we could mingle, be together, get to know each other. So it was a wonderful tradition. Joe was instrumental in creating our Young Professionals Council, and he was passionate about our work to create pathways to college and careers for our students. Joe's loyalty, integrity, determination were admired by all who knew him. We are fortunate to have Joe's wife here, Maura, my dear friend Maura, two of his 3 daughters, Caroline and Nessa, and Joe's beloved son-in-law, Mark. And we thank you for being here and to have lent us Joe for so many years. We dedicate our performance to Marsha, Sherry, and Joe. We dedicate our night to them tonight. Thank you.
We are the ones they left behind, and I want wonder when we are ever gonna change. Living under the fear till nothing else remains. We don't need another hero. We don't need another way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. Looking for something we can't rely on. There's got to be something better out there. Love and compassion, their days gone by. All else are castles built in the air. And I wonder when we are ever gonna change. Living under the fear till nothing else remains. All the children say we don't need another hero. We don't need another way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. So what do we do with the life? We leave only a mark. We're lost, so we shine like a light. Or end in the dark. Is it all or nothing? We don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. All the children say we don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. All right, y'all. I know y'all know this song, okay? So I need you to put your hands together on the beat, all right? And you know when to start singing, okay? Here we go. I call you when I need you. My heart's on fire. Oh! You can't tell me why and why. Oh, you come to give me everything I need. You give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. You speak the language of love like you know what it means. Your part coming up, are you ready? Oh, when it can't bear all. Here we go. Take my heart and make it stronger, baby. Y'all ready to sing it? Here we go. You're simply the best. Yeah, come on, sing it. No, I knew y'all knew it. Yeah, better than anyone. Anyone I
I absolutely cannot. Can we give another round of applause for Kayla, please? Kayla, beautiful lady. Sometimes you are witness to a moment that voice, even this iconic room cannot hold. So one more, can we give her one more? Because I hope you know just how special that voice is, Kayla. I'm honored, we've got 2 more awards. How are you guys doing, by the way? Is everybody good? We good? So I'm honored now to introduce our next honoree, and this is Bob Knakal, head of New York Private Capital Group. JLL Capital Markets. Bob recently visited Frederick Douglass Academy in Harlem. So let's take a look at the highlights, and we can get a look at Bob at the same time.
I think it's important to have people in your life who you can look up to, ask questions to, be guided by, bounce ideas off of. And nobody knows everything. So no matter where we are in our careers or in our lives, we always can learn new things, learn how to do things a little better. And it's always nice to get inspiration from the people around us. Well, I think one of the things that's great about New York Edge is that it is empowering children to achieve the best within themselves. And I think that's something that really resonates with me. We give opportunity and insight to children to see things they might not see otherwise, lead them, guide them, and I think that's what the program does. That's always been part of my makeup, is I've always wanted to help folks who don't quite have the advantages that others have had. I'm currently a real estate broker selling buildings for JLL here in New York. I grew up in Bergen County, New Jersey, a little town called Maywood, which is right in between Hackensack and Paramus. I wanted to be an investment banker and looked for a summer job that would look good on my resume. So I ended up getting a job at a place called Coldwell Banker that I thought was a bank, but it was actually a real estate company. So brokering the sale of investment properties in New York is something I've been doing for 39 years now. People who do what they love are really, really lucky, and they have very happy lives. So I think that the more that children are exposed to, they can figure out where their real passion is in life and direct all their attention to it and try to grow into that field that they have passion for. That could lead to an extraordinarily happy life for them.
I think they had fun too. Please welcome to the stage New York Edge Champion for Kids honoree, Bob Knakal.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much. I just want to say a big thank you to everybody involved in New York Edge for this recognition tonight. The work you guys do is just absolutely amazing, unbelievable. Thank you so much for all you do for kids of New York. I want to say thank you to my good friend Lisa Simonson, who helped me with fundraising for tonight. Lisa, you did a great job. Whenever I'm recognized, I have to say thank you to my wife, Cynthia, who is the love of my life. She is, we often joke that she is the CEO, the CFO, and the COO of the Knakal family, taking care of us. But in all honesty, she is the glue that holds our family together, and I couldn't nearly do the things that I do in life. I'm very lucky. I'm kind of a weird duck in that real estate for me is not only my profession, but it's also my hobby. And I wouldn't be able to spend as much time doing it as I do if it wasn't for the great support that Sin gives you. I love you so much, Sin. So a few months ago, Anita Gupta calls me up, says, Bob, we're having an event for New York Edge. We'd like you to be recognized, to help out. And I said, well, I haven't heard of New York Edge. Tell me about it. And she told me about it, and one of the things she said was Francis Greenberg is on the board. And I said, well, Francis has been somebody I've looked up to my entire career. If Francis is involved, it must be worthwhile. I have to give this place
place a shot. Found out about it, and it immediately resonated with me because I'm a firm believer that none of us got to choose the parents we were born to, or the home that we were born in, or the country that we were born in, or the circumstances that we were born in. A lot of it is chance. And the folks who haven't had the advantages or the best circumstances to grow up with, they need a hand. And I was very drawn to the charity because of an experience I had with the charity, which is very similar, called Ice Hockey in Harlem. For those of you that know me, I'm a lifelong diehard New York Ranger fan. And I'm still in mourning over the Rangers' loss in the playoffs, but there's always next year. But I was and I've been a Rangers season ticket holder since 1984. So I'm at a game and I see a promotion for ice hockey in Harlem. I go to the event. It's an after-school program for kids where they learn to play hockey if they go to our classes after class. I subsequently joined the board. I became president of the organization. And there was an experience that I had that was really life-changing for me. I got to see families that were in a real reality. I don't think that I live in reality. Most of us don't live in reality. The kids who grow up in these circumstances, that's reality. And so one of the things I did early on is I would buy Thanksgiving dinner for some of the families that were involved in the program. And there was one family in particular. It was 3 kids, a mom and a grandma. And I said, oh, you know what? I'll buy dinner for 8 for them. They'll have leftovers for a few days. And so I distributed the Thanksgiving dinners. And at a subsequent event, I saw the mom, and I said, oh, I hope you guys had a great time. You enjoyed the food, and I hope you had leftovers for days. And I said, well, you know, everything was absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. But we couldn't save the leftovers because we don't have a refrigerator in our apartment. So how many of us went to the fridge? How many of us went to the fridge this morning to get a glass of orange juice or something and thought, oh, gee, this is great that I have a refrigerator? So when my daughter Sophie turned 5, I was on a number of charitable boards, including I'd been president of Ice Hockey in Harlem for 15 years, stepped off the board to spend more time with Cynthia and Soph. And I kind of lost touch with the reality that is the case for so many kids in this city. And when Andre took me to see the program, it immediately brought me back. And I was so touched by one little boy who, I was in one of the classes. You saw me there with the hairnet on and looking kind of goofy. But the teacher said, ask Mr. Knakal some questions. And they asked me questions, and the typical questions, what do you do for a living? Where do you live? Do you like the Yankees or the Mets? And one little boy said, sir, do you ever feel like just giving up? And that just struck me, and I said, you know what? We all feel like giving up sometime, but the most important thing is never give up. Never give up. Keep fighting, keep trying. And by you being here tonight, you are helping that little boy and all the other little boys and girls that are involved in this program. And it's so tangible and so impactful, the very profound difference that you're making in the lives of these children. And I'll leave you with a quote from one of my heroes, an unbelievable guy, Jackie Robinson, who faced so much adversity in his life. And he once said that a single life is not nearly as important as the impact that life has on others. By you being here tonight, you're having a tangible impact on the lives of so many kids.
Keep that applause going. That was really beautiful, Bob. I'm now honored to introduce our next honoree, Howard Woolley, CEO of Howard Woolley Group. Howard recently visited PS 46 in Upper Manhattan. Let's take a look. Can we get a chance to look at Howard too?
I'm very much a supporter of education, and particularly higher education. And the programs that New York Edge is running that help young people prepare for college, keep them active creatively after school, I think New York Edge is just what we need at this time. I grew up in Queens, New York, but I used to take the train into Manhattan from 3rd grade through 8th grade, and I did most of my high school years were spent a little bit north of here at Bronx High School of Science. I really enjoyed playing basketball, and I actually played junior varsity basketball at Bronx Science. I also was into martial arts at that time. So if I wasn't playing basketball after school, I might have been going to a karate class down in Greenwich Village. Mentors have been absolutely critical. I was able to model my career to some degree around an older cousin who was one of the early African Americans who was hired into the energy industry in the 1960s, and he later on became a lobbyist in Washington, and I thought that was absolutely fascinating. And that led ultimately to my career heading up government affairs for Verizon Wireless from its founding until I retired from the company. Receiving the New York Edge Champion Award is very important to me. It aligns with my values. It aligns with the things that I care about in terms of young people and education. The New York Edge Champion Award is quite an important milestone for me.
I guess we're going from hockey to basketball now, so let's welcome to the stage New York Edge champion for kids honoree Howard Woolley.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's funny, if I had seen a preview of that video, I think I'm wearing the same suit and tie. Yeah, but I want to start by, first off, acknowledging acknowledging all of you and acknowledging our honorees, my fellow honorees, and I think all of you deserve a hand for your support for New York Edge. I want to thank Sam Champion for giving a shout out to my fiance, Lauren Slaughter, and I said to her, "Where's the kiss cam when you need it?" You know, but and I'd like to thank the CEO of Somos Telecom Company, Somos Inc., Gina Perini, and the Somos people, as well as my colleagues on the board of Johns Hopkins University. When Rachael and Naisha talked to me about New York Edge, I asked them, I said, well, what does New York Edge do? And said, well, they're involved in after-school programs in the public school systems in New York. And I said, you know, when I went to school in New York City, I practically majored in after-school. And in fact, some of that basketball and things like that they're talking about may have happened when the school bell hadn't quite rung yet, but anyway. I think this is a great organization. I'm honored to be to receive this Champion Award. When you look at the website and you see they've got middle school to high school programs. They've got high school to college. They've got 90% of their people going to college. This is all a good thing, and I'm happy to be associated with it, and I thank all of you. Thank you.
And now to close the evening, our last and final award goes to the 57th Governor of New York State, the first female Governor of New York State. Governor Kathy Hochul. I just have a very deep affection for Governor Hochul. When I came on at New York Edge, I was, I guess what you would consider a pandemic CEO. I was 7 months into my role when the pandemic hit. But in those 7 months, I had seen Governor Hochul twice out at our programs, and when she was lieutenant governor. And she came and visited, spent a lot of time with the children, and New York Edge received a proclamation from the state of New York. She's a tireless advocate for young people, and we're just so very honored to honor her at New York Edge, and she's a role model for all of us, but particularly our young women in our program. Unfortunately, the governor was not able, she regrets that she was not able to be with us tonight, but we are so honored, deeply honored, to have Acting Commissioner of the New York State Office of Children and Family Service with us, Suzanne Miles Gustav, to accept the award on the governor's behalf. But I have to say that the Office of Community is our day-to-day partner in our work. We are New York State's largest provider in the office in OCFS, and it's just such a great honor, Acting Commissioner, to have you here with us. So thank you for all you do.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I can't tell you how honored I am to be here to accept the Champion for Kids Award on behalf of our great governor, Kathy Hochul. The governor is truly humbled to receive this recognition, and she sends her warmest regards. Everyone in this room really knows just how big a role New York Edge plays in the lives of thousands of kids, K through 12 students all over the city, more than 100 schools. As the largest provider of school-based after-school programs in New York City and Long Island, you offer a variety of programs to prepare our youth for success. It's even more important to our vulnerable population from historically marginalized and underinvested communities. Our great governor has proven time and time again that she is committed to doing the same. She has committed record-setting funding for childcare and school aid, and this year, $5.6 million for youth sports, of which OCFS will be administering. We're very proud of that. New York Edge is an extension of all of these key initiatives and resources for children. Your programs make sure students are exposed to new experiences they would not have access to otherwise, and it all comes at no cost. So while we are honoring Governor Hochul tonight, she wants me to share with you that she is even more grateful to New York Edge for making sure our youth can pursue their dreams and make them a reality. So on behalf of Governor Hochul, I say thank you. She says thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne. Before we close the program, thank you for your incredible generosity. I don't know that I've been in a room and seen the room light up with giving like you guys did tonight. So do that. One round of applause for you guys, because that was so special to watch. It really was. So you can check out from your paddles at the check-in desk on your way out, and just make sure that you're like settled up with everything there. Thank you once again to our wonderful honorees, the New York Edge board and staff, and your incredible contributions to New York Edge, guys. It's our privilege that you are a part of New York Edge community, and all of you are now a part of the New York Edge community, and it's our privilege to be here tonight with you. Have a great night. I hope you had, I feel like I'm just not ending it well, because we had this incredible performance by Kayla. We had so much, and it's kind of like, thank you. Is that enough? But thank you guys so much, because it really was. It was a special night with you. Have a good night. Get home safely. Check out at the check-in table. Thank you.